There's 4 things that you have to prove in order to win a medical malpractice claim. Number 1 is the standard of care. Now, doctors are human. They're not expected to be perfect, but they are expected to be reasonably competent. In other words, they have to meet the standard expected of a reasonably competent doctor. So we'll need to find an expert willing to testify about what the standard is. The second thing you're going to need to prove is that the doctor breached the standard of care. In other words, did the doctor do something that a reasonably competent doctor would not have done, or did the doctor fail to do something that a reasonably competent doctor would have done? So, the standard of care and breaching the standard of care taken together is negligence. The third thing you're going to have to prove is causation. In other words, you have to prove that the doctor's breach actually caused the injury that you're concerned about. In some cases, it's possible that the doctor may have breached the standard of care, but that breach may not have actually caused your injury. For example, everyone knows that doctors are supposed to wear latex gloves when they operate, and not wearing those gloves is clearly a breach of the standard of care. But not wearing the gloves couldn't cause the doctor to operate on the wrong leg. There's no connection there. On the other hand, if you develop an infection after your operation, clearly the failure to wear the gloves may have caused your infection.
I think a lot of artistic people have it. Again, not talking from experience here. There is some kind of like self-destruct button.
Because the gloves are supposed to prevent infection. So number 1, what's the standard of care? Number 2, was there a breach of the standard of care? Number 3, did that breach cause your injury? And then finally, number 4, damages. In other words, what is the harm? What is the injury that was caused by the breach, and what is it worth? So those are the 4 things that you need to prove in order to win a medical malpractice case. Standard of care, breach of the standard of care, causation, and damages.
In the name of Allah, in the name of God, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is due, regardless of land, label, of title, no matter what name you call God by. Whenever life seems hard, everybody know that you must talk to God.
My sisters, the queens of the planet. Who are you, sister? I'm bitches with problems. Did God make you a whore, or did the white man's world make a whore out of you? You're being set up.
I'm trying to think, like, you could react to some videos, but I'm not, like, I don't really know what I want to do. I feel like I'd rather, like, make, like, an intervention, something like that. But everything that I've experienced this year, having to have that job for a year and about 3 months, and having to know what that feels like, waking up early and then barely getting any rest, and then having to go up and, work that 9 to 2 or that 9 to 3 or that 9 to 5 in some cases, the very next day, and only a day off, and then going right back to it with a 2 to 7 or 2 to 10 because somebody didn't want to show up, or I really appreciate staying at home. And I've only been home for about 2 months, right? Because my last day was August, right? No, it hasn't even been 2 months. I thought it's been 2 months, but I stopped in August. I stopped August 22nd. Ever since then, I literally so it's been a month. And I managed, ironically, the very first day that I didn't get fired, but I resigned. I qualified to get my very first trading account. And I told my parents, I let them know that way they could, well, I only told them because I needed more funding, and at the time I didn't have any funds left in my account. So I informed them of that, and then I didn't tell them that I resigned until much later down the line. And by that point, I was already making money. So, yeah. Then after a while, I ended up blowing up that account. I didn't blow it up, but I just I had a bad streak. I had a bad streak, so I ended up going below the $1,500 dollar threshold. And then I ended up, I tried again, and I was like, the next time that I got that evaluation account, right before, like I was like almost 3 for 3, because I was just trading the news, like just trading the economic reports, Jerome Powell, and all of them was going in my direction. And then there was one point where I was like $100 off from my profit target goal, but I just kept like I wanted to get it right then and there. Ended up basically taking about like 50% of what I made back to the markets. And I was like, okay, I have to stop. The next day, on Monday, like the next trading day, I got it down. Bam, second time having an eval account. Paid, asked for more funding, got it, and yeah, I made 400. I was doing really well. Then I had that bad streak again, and the cool thing is though, I stuck with my stop loss. I didn't. There was only one case, I think, 1 or 2 cases where I moved my stop loss, but I did so. I think there was, but I think the workaround for me for that is just lowering my risk tolerance. So if I want to have a better stop, which I think is definitely necessary going forward, I have to lower my risk to reward rate. Not even my risk to reward ratio. Just I have to lower my position. So instead of doing an actual micro or mini, I think I have to do instead of doing a micro, excuse me, I have to do a mini. I think that's what it's called, a mini micro, something like that, the small one. Like only like 6 of those. I keep my same PT, but just not necessarily. I can't necessarily have the same profit target if I'm lowering my position. But just those 30 points, that's all I really need. Just those 30 points, and then that's it. So that way, that's what I'm going for every time, 30 points. And yeah. Other than that, though, spiritually, I've been very more aware, and more at ease. Yeah. Certain things I'm still fighting internally. Natural things, nothing like breaking core, like character breaking or anything like that. It's just, fighting the alter ego. Alter ego's, he's always under my control, but at times when there's you feel like there's nothing else to do or to achieve, especially this usually happens towards the end of the day. The alter ego just starts activating, and then yeah. But what else? Working on that. Just being at home, working on different projects and stuff that I have is good. I appreciate being alone to a certain degree. I do kind of wish I was alone a little bit more. By that I mean I wish I had my own place. But when you're on your own, it's different. It's different. Yeah, it's different. There's another thing too. There are times where I feel like I'm not doing enough, But at the end of the day, I'm doing the best I can. It's one of the reasons why I decided to resign. It's because, if I'm working, if I'm developing income, and I'm not really able to access it the way that I would like to, I feel like that's more than enough validation or reasoning as to why you wouldn't want to work at that particular spot anymore, especially when there's a consistent history of that. And I don't really have a problem with it because it's going towards something. But then after a while, especially with the whole drama at the workplace situation, that was the straw that didn't even break the camel's back. It's just the straw that just, okay, I'm not gonna drink water from here anymore. From the camel's perspective, why would I And it was so, even throughout the whole year of me working there, it was just unnecessarily anxious. It was unnecessary stress. Their whole life just revolved around the store, and then the KPIs, and CLPs, and conversion, and the LP topics, and sales, and emails, and new inventory, and audits and visits. It's no, you don't even own the company. You You may manage the store, but you don't own the company. You have no control over whether somebody wants to buy something or not. Your only job is to open the store, welcome people with open arms, and then if you get a couple of shipments or whatever, okay, just box it up and put it in the bag or put it on the floor. It's literally all you're supposed to do. It's like, and I get it, there's some more other responsibilities like auditing the drawer or whatever. Okay, that's it. Send a couple of emails every day or every Sunday or whatever. That's it. Why are you so concerned about doing everything else that's extra just for what? For what? What do you think that's going to do? They already don't like you anyway because, just for one, she's a black store manager. They already not even trying to give you nothing, bro. They wasn't giving you raises, nothing. And we're doing the best out of every store in the state. Yo, that's the reason they keep having managers having to leave to go out to Tennessee and Florida to help out. But they don't give no raises to us. They didn't even give no raises to y'all. You know, and I keep trying to instill that seed, like, you know, whatever you do, you can put your mind to it or whatever. And over time, they started to pay attention to that. She ended up learning some Spanish or whatever, but it was only for the sake of the store, which is good because over time she's gonna learn to use it for her own personal gain. But it's like, come on. That was another reason. It was just the overall work environment. You know, too much drama, too much unnecessary stress, too much unnecessary focus, and unnecessary over exhaustion, I should say. And what else? As far as the trading thing, you know, I think it's so fun, you know, looking back at the countless hours I put in studying, trying to find that hidden gem, that hidden perspective of understanding. Looking back at it and then looking at me now, just seeing me make 700, you know, so easily, you know, not giving it a second thought, or 400, or getting stopped out but still being in the green, you know, or getting stopped out and, you know, closing my computer for the day, just having that discipline, seeing where I'm at now. You know, I'm just proud. I'm just proud of where I'm at, even though, you know, right now I may be financially illiquid. I know it's not going to stay like that for long. You know, I'm always, you know, trying to find ways to improve myself in one way or another. That's kind of like the journey, you know. You hear that journey about the hero's quest. You know, he's always looking for a way to better himself, and along the way he finds a hidden adventure, a hidden journey, you know, or hidden ability, and he starts utilizing it and cultivating it over time. And, you know, I feel like that's I'm in that process right now, because recently I've started to develop a kind of a sense to where I could see certain things in my dreams, whether it's my brother Marcellus Williams, whether it's regarding his execution and having that vision in my dream when I don't even recall his name before then, prior to that, or whether it's having those visions of warning and guidance regarding my trading, guiding me to make the best decisions possible, or whether it's, you know, anything else that's on my mind at that time. I like to, and that's another thing too. Also, I'm off of that whole. Well, I mean, I was never really trying to look for that anyway. But, you know, you already know what I'm gonna say. You know, Mom was telling me that, you know, she was trying to hook me up with somebody or whatever. I was flattered. You're very thoughtful, but I'd rather ironically not look for that anymore. I'd rather just kind of find. I'm tired of looking. I'm tired of doing things to try to find someone else. You know, it's like, you know, from my perspective, everybody else seems to be having so much ease finding, you know, companions or whatever. Like, but, you know, with me, I have yet to find one. I have yet to actually experience that. Well, I mean, truly, I have yet to really experience that. I was close a couple of times, but I wasn't in the right headspace. I'm tired of looking. I'm just focused on myself. Let's see what else. Spiritually, talked about myself spiritually, emotionally, physically. I'm very, very, very good. Oh yeah, what I want. What do I want? Well, I kind of touched on that, but financially, I explained that. Spiritually, I kind of explained what I want to be. I low key, I'm thinking about getting locks. I'm thinking about getting locks and stuff. Tie my hair and it's like a little twist or whatever. I kind of like how it looks. I kind of like it. Might keep it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. I don't really know what else to talk about. Yeah, and I also, the alter ego thing. He's almost vanquished completely. So literally, like, he's almost vanquished completely. Yeah, he's literally almost vanquished completely. yeah, yeah. That's really it. But I do want to find a way to I mean, I'm doing the best I can. You know, I'm not really stressing over it. I do want to like I said, I'm working on that Supernova teaser. Well, I plan on having Duckworth song in the background. It's only gonna be about a minute and 13 seconds, but I really like want to make that the best quality art project I've ever made. Better than Section 8Z. And that album took a lot of time, but you know, I still want it to be better than that. Um, I just and also another thing, it's kind of tough, man. It is kind of tough, you know. 'Cause you gotta think about it from my perspective. I'm 19, you know. I'm, uh, I'm not financially. I'm kind of in a bit of a pickle. Um, Spiritually, I feel okay. Spiritually and physically, I feel fine. The only thing spiritually that's just kind of agitating, it's annoying. It's not very serious for me. I mean, it is. I mean, it's not like um what do I say? It's not deteriorating really. It's just agitating. It's the alter ego, but he's almost dead. Like right now, he's dead. Like he doesn't even exist. And I plan to keep it that way. But and I also, you know, I don't have a companion. I got a taste of it though. I got a taste of it. It was cool. Um, Sister Ava said, like just knowing that somebody has your back, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you're expressing yourself. And the thing with me is, knowing I would have somebody as a companion, bro. I wouldn't even want to take that shit for granted. I wouldn't even want to express myself in anything other than the appropriate way to express yourself. But you know, I don't have that. I just got friends who don't understand. Friends who aren't on my frequent, just on my spiritual wavelength or on my mental wavelength. They're trying to be getting there, but they just everything's kind of given to them, you know. Or certain things they may have earned, you know. But at the same time, I look at the things that they have earned, and I was capable of earning those things too. But circumstances have happened with me moving to Georgia, not being able to go to the same college they went to, stuff like that. And then I'll continue this later.